Hello Sagittarius, please bear with me. I had a bad tripod moment and I've broken my tripod. First world problems. Oh, sorry about that. So I'm trying to set you up so you can at least see what I'm doing here so I don't get accused of doing anything dodgy. So Sagittarius, this is your reading for the week of August the 27th. It will go to roughly around about the 2nd September, all being well. Sometimes it can go longer. Please don't be time expectant on spirit. They don't work that way. I want to say thank you for all the people that have subscribed to my channel, just as well as I can talk. I am at 99 subscribers, which I'm extremely humble about. It's pretty amazing to think that so many people out there like me. So I'm still humbled by that. Now with my readings, if you don't like my readings, that's cool, no problem at all. Move on to the next reader. Once I feel more comfortable, I'll tell you some of the readers I watch and maybe give you some good clues about who's up and coming and who's really good. Okay, cards I'm using. After Tarot by Julia whatever her name is, Julia Massaglia, and I'll use an oracle card from the Sharina Star and Richard Crook's fortune reading cards, which I really like. Oh my goodness, Sagittarius, I've just thrown out the Nine of Cups for you. You've got something coming in here, something that you've been wanting and wishing for. It's on its way. We loves the Nine of Cups. Okay, so there's a wish coming true. I feel like you've waited for this for a really long time and it's finally on its way to you. Maybe you've put out a little bit of manifestation to get this coming your way. Now, I'm not sure if this is a love reading or a career reading. I seem to be doing a bit of both today. So I go where the cards lead me. I don't expect them to do one or the other. On the bottom of the deck, you have the Nine of Wands. We talk about this being the Wounded Warrior card. I feel like this is a wish that's come after a time where you've been wishing for something to come in, something better. You've been in a very maybe a very, very tough time and you've been wishing to come out of that. Now, whether this is love or career, doesn't matter at this point. Whatever this is, you are coming out of this and into the Nine of Cups energy. Beautiful. There's a Five of Swords that follows that up. Now, the Five of Swords talks about conflict. Sometimes it talks about victory at the expense of others. Whatever this is, it's almost like you've won something. You've won something with this Nine of Cups. You've come out of this tough energy, you fought, and now you're here and you've got what you wanted. I feel like you've had to perhaps spill a few truths to get to this point. It's almost like you've had to cut things out to get here. So it could be that you've been busy cutting out stuff and that's why it's been so difficult for you and you've had that Nine of Wands energy. Because whatever it is, you are now victorious. You now have this Nine of Cups here, which is a really lovely energy for you. After that comes the Eight of Cups. Now, what I'd like to say to you is I feel, just feeling this out, it feels to me like you've walked either away from a relationship that was very, very taxing and you've had lots of fights over it to get to the point where you've actually walked away, and well done you if that's what you've done. But it's almost like you want to leave everything behind and start again. Whatever this is, whatever you've won at here, if this is a job or if it wasn't a relationship, there's this feeling of like exhilaration. I have this lovely feeling in my stomach of, feeling it's new. It's this energy of, thank God for that. I just wanted to get away. And I really feel some of you have done this very tough, Sagittarius. So as I said, good on you. Okay, next card out is the Eight of Swords. Now, with this energy, I feel like perhaps there's a danger here that you're going to, overthink this or go round and round in your head now you've made this decision. It's such a good decision. I feel like you've taken so long to do this, and it may be, as I said, leaving something, toxic behind, and that's tough. That's really tough. And I feel like there's this worry here that, you know, you're going to put yourself in this overthinking energy or take yourself back to it. Please don't do this. What you've done is amazing. It's time to move on. Don't sit in that energy for too long. Recognize it. Now, the Six of Cups comes out next. I feel like this may be a bit more of a love reading because there's a lot of cups here. And I feel like there's heartbreak here, but I also feel like it's this sense of freedom. It could be that, you know, some of this sort of overthinking bit is going back and, you know, and regretting. You know, there may be some shame and guilt here. And you're going back to sort of question, have I done the right thing? You know you've done the right thing here. This isn't a matter of, you know, you've thought about this a lot. You've thought about this a lot. Don't go back sitting in the past regretting anything. You've made a lot of decisions and it's time to go. And here we have the Nine of Swords, which does talk about sleepless nights and worry again. I really feel like you've walked away from a very, very abusive situation here and you've still got so much healing to do here. Don't be too hard on yourself. This is, you know, it feels quite tragic, but I feel like underneath all that there's this sense of freedom that you've got away, that you're just questioning now that you've moved away from it. It's normal to question that we've done the right thing, but don't live there. Don't live there. You really have moved away from something that wasn't serving you. You've cut out something that you needed to cut out. Next card out is Death. And this is a really good card to have here because it says that you're in the process of transforming now. You're able to sort of release your shackles and move forward. So whatever this situation was, you know, you are going to get like a new lease on life with this. It's almost like you don't realize how good this is at this moment. But it's something great and you've done the right thing. But definitely transformation here, which is fabulous. I hope you took the horse with you when you left. Okay, so next one in is the Five of Wands. Now, this tells me that perhaps you're a bit worried that, you know, there may be still some bickering or fights and arguments here. It could be you left with your children. It could be that you've walked out on something and you're expecting these fights and arguments. And maybe that's why you're still in the energy of the Swords. Stay strong, Sagittarius. It's a really good move. Whatever you've done here, whatever you've relieved, whatever you have moved on from, this Five of Wands says that if there are little bickering things, you can manage it. You've done all this good shit. This little thing, not going to worry you too much. Okay, and then we have the Three of Cups. Yay, celebration. Finally, you've got to this point where you've understood what it's got you to. There's celebration here. There's celebration with family and friends. Whatever you've left behind, it's something to feel good about, and this proves it. So you're out there celebrating with the people you love. It just feels, it just has this energy that this has taken all that you've got to move out of this energy. And the last card is the Five of Pentacles. Now, I know that this card sort of talks about spiritual loneliness, and I don't feel that this is the energy that it's giving here. I feel like it's like you've come in out of the cold, like this was the energy you've walked away from. It feels to me like perhaps this is how you were feeling when you walked away, but it's sort of like no longer now. No longer are you going to feel that way. I'm just going to put another card on it just to make sure before we leave your reading alone. It's like you've done the being out in the cold. I don't want to do this anymore. This will never happen again. This is the energy I'm getting here. I'll never get in this situation again. I'll make sure I don't do that in the future. And then we've got the King of Cups coming out. So I think that you have got to a point where you really have dealt with a lot of emotion, a lot of turmoil, a lot of upset, and this is who you're feeling like now. It's like you're in charge. You have your emotions under control. You're feeling really powerful, sitting in your element. It could have been that you were dealing with the King of Cups, but it just doesn't have the energy here. King of Cups being a water sign, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. It's almost like this is where you are now. It's like you've reached this energy. So well done, Sagittarius. I don't know what you've done, but you've certainly thrown off those shackles, that's for sure. Okay. Let's give you an oracle card for that, just to top it off. Something beautiful for the Sagittarians. Oh, nothing wants to come out yet. Hang on a second. It's shuffling. Oh, there it is. Beautiful. Fire. Ooh, I like it. Being you're a fire sign. Let go of emotional upheaval and embrace the renewal of the present. How perfect is that? Let go of emotional upheaval and embrace the renewal of the present. Whatever you've done, this is all good here. Yes, it feels tough at the moment, but you are advancing, Sagittarius. Thank you